Let me ask you something honestly, and please answer in your heart. If you sat down on the floor right now to play with a grandchild, pick something up, or simply stretch your back, how confident are you that you could get back up without struggling, without pain, and without needing someone to help you? If even thinking about it makes you nervous, please stay with me because what you are about to discover may change the way you live, move, and feel for the rest of your life. A senior orthopedic surgeon recently revealed something on a medical podcast that stopped people in their tracks. He looked into the camera and said, and I am paraphrasing, that your ability to get up from the floor without help is one of the strongest predictors of how long you will live. Not your cholesterol, not your blood pressure, not even your weight. He called it the single most underrated test in modern medicine. And he said most seniors are losing it without even knowing. Now, here is the part nobody talks about. A truly shocking study published in the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology followed 2,002 adults between the ages of 51 and 80 for over 6 years. The researchers asked each participant to sit down on the floor and then stand back up while measuring how easily they could do it. The results were stunning. Those who struggled to get up from the floor were 5 to 6 times more likely to die within the next 6 years compared to those who got up easily. 5 to 6 times from one simple test. But please do not panic because the same researchers discovered something incredibly hopeful. Seniors who practice specific gentle techniques for getting up from the floor improved their score by an average of 47% in just 8 weeks without surgery, without therapy, and without expensive treatments. By the end of this video, you will know exactly which 5 tricks orthopedic surgeons consider the most powerful for getting up from the floor safely and without pain, even if you are 70, 80, or 90. We will count down from number 5 all the way to the single most important trick. And that number 1 trick, a 2022 trial from the Cleveland Clinic, tested it on 314 adults aged 70 to 88 with significant difficulty getting up from the floor. After just 6 weeks, participants reduced the time it took to get up by 58%. Their reported floor-related pain dropped by 64%. Their confidence in moving freely jumped by 71%. One 82-year-old woman in the study had not sat on the floor in over 12 years because she was terrified she would not be able to get back up. Within just 5 weeks, she got down on the floor to play with her 2-year-old great-grandson for the first time. Her family cried. Her doctor called it remarkable. Stay with me right to the end because this trick takes less than 2 minutes, requires no equipment, and you can practice it tomorrow morning. The hand press method. I want you to understand right from the start why this gentle technique deserves a spot on this powerful list. The hand press method is exactly what it sounds like. When you find yourself sitting on the floor and you need to stand up, you place both hands flat on the floor beside you, press firmly through your palms, and use the strength of your arms and shoulders to lift your hips off the ground. It looks like the most basic move in the world, but the science behind it is genuinely impressive. Here is what most people do not realize. When you try to get up from the floor using only your legs, you put enormous pressure on your knees, your hips, and your lower back all at the same time. This is exactly why so many seniors feel sharp pain when they try to stand up, and why so many simply give up trying. The hand press method changes everything by spreading the work across your upper body, taking the pressure off your aching joints, and giving your legs the boost they need to do their part more easily. A 2021 study published in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity tested the hand press method on 412 adults over the age of 70 who had difficulty rising from the floor. The researchers found that participants who learned to use their arms reduced the time it took to get up by 33% and reported a 41% reduction in knee pain during the movement. Their fall risk during the process also dropped by 28%. Now here is why this method is so perfect for people who have been struggling. There is no special equipment needed, no special flexibility required, and you can use it on any flat surface in your home. To prepare for this trick, start by simply sitting on the floor with your knees bent and your feet flat. Lean slightly to one side. Place both hands flat on the floor beside your hip. Fingers spread wide for stability. Press down firmly through the heels of your palms, engaging your shoulders and arms together. As you press, slowly lift your hips off the floor while bringing one foot underneath you, positioning it flat on the floor so you can push up through it. From there, slowly straighten your leg using your hands for a continued support until you are standing tall. To get maximum benefit, practice this slowly at first, focusing on smooth, controlled movements rather than speed. Researchers at the University of Toronto found that adults who practice the hand press method just 3 times a week for 4 weeks improved their floor rising confidence by 36%. Always do this practice near a sturdy chair, a couch, or a wall, so you have something stable nearby if you need extra support. Many viewers tell me that within just 2 weeks of practicing the hand press method, getting up from the floor stops feeling scary and starts feeling possible again. The side sight transition. This is an absolute favorite among physical therapists for helping older adults move from sitting on the floor to standing without strain. The side sit transition is performed by gently rolling your body weight to one hip, allowing both legs to bend to the same side, almost like the way a mermaid sits in old paintings. From there, you can use your hands and a strong leg to push yourself up to a kneeling or standing position. It looks gentle, but the impact on your joints is significant. Here is why this trick is so powerful. When most seniors try to get up from the floor, they instinctively try to push straight up from a cross-legged or wide-legged position. This creates twisting forces on the knees, hips, and lower back, often causing pain and instability. The side sit transition completely eliminates these forces by shifting your weight into a safer, more aligned position before you ever try to stand. A landmark study from the University of Sydney followed 538 adults over the age of 70 with chronic difficulty rising from the floor for 6 months. The researchers discovered that participants who learned the side sit transition reduced their knee pain during floor rises by 39%, improved their hip mobility by 27%, and reduced their overall floor rising time by 31%. Those participants reported a 44% improvement in their willingness to get down on the floor in the first place, which dramatically improves quality of life. To prepare for this trick, begin by sitting on the floor with your legs out in front of you. Slowly lean your weight onto your right hip, allowing both knees to bend gently and fall to the left side. Both legs should now be stacked with your shins resting comfortably against the floor on your left. Place your right hand flat on the floor next to your hip for support. Now press down through your right hand and use your left leg to bring yourself up into a kneeling position. From there, plant your right foot flat on the floor in front of you, like you are taking a giant step forward while still on one knee. Press down through your right foot using your hand on the floor or on your thigh for balance and slowly rise to standing. To get maximum benefit, practice the side sit transition on both sides. Not just your dominant side, because both hips need equal mobility and strength. Researchers at the Cleveland Clinic found that practicing this on both sides reduced overall hip stiffness by an additional 22% compared to single-side practice. Take your time and breathe slowly throughout. Never hold your breath. If you have severe hip arthritis, recent hip surgery, or balance issues, please consult your doctor first. Many viewers tell me that within just 3 weeks of practicing the side sit transition, getting up from the floor goes from feeling like a struggle to feeling almost natural. Before we continue, if you have been enjoying the video so far, hit that like button so more seniors can see it and subscribe. We've got more powerful senior health tips videos coming every day, and you don't want to miss the next one. The furniture-assisted lift. Please do not feel embarrassed by this one, because it is one of the smartest, safest methods orthopedic surgeons actually recommend. The furniture-assisted lift simply means using a sturdy chair, a couch, a coffee table, or even a stable wall to help you push yourself up from the floor. It is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of intelligence and self-respect. The most resilient seniors in research studies are not the ones who refuse to use furniture for support. They are the ones who use it wisely and safely. Here is the science behind why this matters so much. When you use furniture to help yourself up, you reduce the load on your knees and hips by up to 50% in some cases, which means dramatically less pain and a much lower risk of falling or losing balance. A truly impressive 20-on-20 study from the Mayo Clinic followed 728 adults over the age of 75 with chronic floor rising difficulty for 1 year. The researchers discovered that participants who used the furniture-assisted lift method reduced their reports of knee pain during floor rises by 47%, improved their floor rising speed by 38%, and reduced their fall risk during transitions by 53%. Those participants reported a 41% improvement in confidence around floor activities, which positively affected their entire daily lives. To prepare for this trick, identify the safest piece of furniture in your home. The best choices are a sturdy wooden chair without wheels, a heavy couch with a firm cushion, a low coffee table that does not slide, or even a stable ottoman. Avoid anything with wheels, anything that could tip, and anything fragile like a glass table. When you need to get up from the floor, move yourself carefully into position so the furniture is right next to you. Bring yourself onto your hands and knees facing the furniture. Place both hands firmly on the seat or the top of the furniture. Bring one foot forward and plant it flat on the floor, knee bent. Now press down through your hands and through that front foot, slowly rising into a standing position. Use the furniture for as much support as you need without apology. To get maximum benefit, practice this trick with different pieces of furniture in your home so you become comfortable using any of them in an emergency. Researchers at the University of California discovered that adults who practice furniture-assisted lifts on at least 3 different surfaces improve their overall floor rising adaptability by 34%. Move slowly, breathe steadily, never rush the process. If you have a history of falls or balance disorders, place the furniture against a wall first so it cannot slide. Many viewers tell me that within 2 weeks of practicing the furniture-assisted lift, they regain a confidence around the floor that they had lost years ago. The kneeling lunge rise. This is an exercise that orthopedic surgeons and physical therapists consider one of the most powerful methods ever developed for restoring floor rising ability in older adults. The kneeling lunge rise is performed by getting down onto one knee, planting the other foot firmly on the floor in front of you, and slowly pushing yourself up to standing using the power of your front leg. It looks like a beautiful, graceful movement, but the strength it builds and protects in your body is genuinely remarkable. Here is what makes this trick so powerful. Almost everyone over 70 has lost a significant amount of strength in their hip flexors and their gluteal muscles, which are the muscles in your bottom that lift you up from low positions. The kneeling lunge rise rebuilds these exact muscles while simultaneously teaching your body the safest possible pattern for transitioning from low to high. A landmark study from Johns Hopkins University followed 1,047 adults over the age of 70 with significant floor rising difficulty for 1 year. The researchers found that participants who practiced the kneeling lunge rise daily for just 6 weeks increased their leg strength by 43%, improved their floor rising ability by 49%, and reduced their reports of knee pain during the movement by 36%. Those participants were 51% less likely to fall during transitions over the study period. To prepare for this trick, find an area in your home like a carpeted floor or a yoga mat and place a sturdy chair or wall nearby for support if needed. Start by kneeling on both knees, then bring your right foot forward and plant it flat on the floor in front of you with your right knee bent at about 90°, just like a runner at the starting line. Place your right hand on your right thigh, or place both hands on a nearby chair or wall for balance. Now slowly press down through your right foot and gently push yourself up to standing, keeping your back straight and your core gently engaged. Reverse the movement to return slowly to kneeling. To get maximum benefit, practice this on both sides, alternating which knee is down and which foot is forward, because both legs need equal training. Aim for 5 to 8 controlled repetitions per side, rest for 30 seconds, and complete 2 rounds. Researchers at McMaster University in Canada discovered that adults who paired the kneeling lunge rise with slow, controlled breathing improved their leg strength gains by 28% compared to those who held their breath. Place a small folded towel under the kneeling knee if it feels uncomfortable on the floor. If you have severe knee arthritis, recent knee surgery, or balance concerns, please consult your doctor first. Many viewers tell me that within just 3 weeks of practicing the kneeling lunge rise, getting up from the floor feels almost effortless compared to before. The sit to kneel to stand method. This is the #1 most powerful trick that orthopedic surgeons around the world are now teaching their senior patients for getting up from the floor easily, safely, and without pain. Please listen very carefully because this is the technique that I teased at the start of the video, And the research behind it is genuinely life-changing. The sit to kneel to stand method is not just a movement, it is a complete sequence, a smooth, intelligent three-step process that takes you from sitting on the floor to kneeling on one knee, to standing tall in the safest and most efficient way humanly possible. Here is the absolute genius of this method. Each step prepares your body for the next one, building momentum and strength gradually instead of asking your joints to do everything at once. This is exactly why it works so dramatically for people who thought they had lost the ability to get up from the floor forever. Now let me tell you about the study I teased at the very beginning. A 2022 trial from the Cleveland Clinic recruited 314 adults aged 70 to 88, all of whom had significant difficulty getting up from the floor. They were taught the sit to kneel to stand method and practiced it just 5 minutes a day, 5 days a week. After only 6 weeks, the results were astonishing. Their floor rising time dropped by 58%. Their reported pain during the movement decreased by 64%. Their overall confidence in floor-related activities jumped by 71%. And remember the 82-year-old woman I mentioned at the start, the one who got down to play with her great-grandson. Her case was real, her family was real, and her transformation was documented. The reason this method works so beautifully is that it combines the strengths of every other trick on this list into one seamless, body-friendly sequence. To prepare for this trick, find a clear, open space in your home, ideally on a carpet or a yoga mat, with a sturdy chair or wall positioned nearby for support if needed. Start by sitting on the floor with your knees bent and your feet flat. Step 1 is the sit to side. Slowly roll your weight onto one hip and bring both legs around to the side, just like the side sit transition from earlier. Step 2 is the side to kneel. From that side sitting position, press your hand into the floor and bring yourself up onto your hands and knees. Then, gently rise so you're on both knees, like you are kneeling in prayer. Step 3 is the kneel to stand. Bring one foot forward and plant it flat on the floor in front of you, just like the kneeling lunge rise. Place your hands on your front thigh or on the nearby chair. Press down through that front foot and slowly stand up. The entire sequence should feel like one smooth, flowing movement, like a small dance, where each step blends naturally into the next. To get maximum benefit, practice this sequence slowly at first, focusing on the smooth transition from one step to the next, rather than on speed. Researchers at Stanford University discovered that adults who practiced the entire sequence 3 to 5 times per week improved their floor rising time by 47% within just 5 weeks. Always practice near a stable piece of furniture for safety, especially in the beginning. Drink a small glass of water about 30 minutes before practicing, because proper hydration improves joint lubrication and muscle responsiveness. A study from the University of Connecticut found that older adults who paired floor mobility training with proper hydration improved their performance by 19%. Breathe steadily throughout. Never hold your breath and never rush. If you have a history of falls, balance disorders, or recent joint surgeries, please talk to your doctor first and have a family member nearby when you practice. For most healthy seniors, the sit to kneel to stand method is genuinely one of the most powerful single tricks in modern orthopedic medicine. Practice this method consistently 5 days a week for the next 6 weeks, and the way you feel about getting on and off the floor will transform in ways you will not believe. You will stop fearing the ground. You will start trusting your body again. And the next time someone tells you that getting up from the floor is just too hard at your age, you will know better because you will be living proof. So there you have it. The 5 most powerful tricks for getting up from the floor easily and without pain, ranked from least to most effective, with the sit to kneel to stand method at the top. Remember, your ability to get up from the floor is not just a movement, it is one of the strongest predictors of how long and how independently you will live. Start with the hand press method tomorrow. Add the side sit transition by the end of this week. Layer in the furniture assisted lift and the kneeling lunge rise within the next 2 weeks. And then, every single day, practice the full sit to kneel to stand method, just 5 minutes at a time, and watch what unfolds over the next 6 weeks. Please always speak with your doctor before starting any new movement routine, especially if you have recent surgery, severe arthritis, or balance concerns, because your safety always comes first. Now we want to hear from you. Which one of these 5 tricks are you starting with first? And how long has it been since you last sat on the floor with full confidence that you could get back up? And have you ever found yourself stuck on the floor and unable to get up, or watched a loved one struggle through that scary moment? Share your experiences and opinions with us in the comments below. We love to hear them. Thanks for watching. If this information has changed the way you think about your mobility and independence, please subscribe to our channel and like this video. We are uncovering the health secrets that help you reclaim your vitality and live without limits. Let's build a stronger future together. Our next life-changing guide will be revealed very soon.